everyone, it's me, Elizabeth Signs, aka Fairy Woman. Welcome now to day 6. In the book, it's chapter 6, but we're on day 6 of the video guide. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me personally, tell me how much they've enjoyed watching these videos, and I am so glad I can add something nice to your quarantine lockdown experience. I wanted today to give a shout out to my friend Deidre Catero. Hope I'm saying her last name right. We've been friends online for years, and actually have never met in person. We've done Zoom calls. I love her dearly, and she has a podcast called Brewing Witches that's great, and it's her and a couple of her friends, and they go into all kinds of different things about magic. And if you want to know anything about magic, ritual, guides, the history of those kinds of things, she is your gal. So I'll have a link for that podcast down in the below description. All right, so let's get into it. Day 6, chapter 6, fairy message. You are divine, exactly the way you are right now, here in this moment. There's nothing to change. In fact, you never change anything. Change is a natural process which surrounds and includes you. Change is not something you can do. It is something you experience and ignite. Do you do a fire? No, you can make a fire. You gather the wood and ignite the flame. But it is its chemical reaction which makes the fire. You play a support role in the experience, that is fire. Now look at the people in your life. They are divine, exactly as they are now. This does not mean you have to like all of them. It does mean you are each playing a supporting role in each other's process. You cannot change them any more than you can change anything. You influence and support and experience. They have their purpose for you in your life. They are bringing you lessons, gifts, and experiences for your soul's evolution. Balance in all things. You must experience birth and death, creation and destruction, light and dark to be whole. You are whole. The one is always complete. You can deny or embrace what you wish, but the truth always exists. Let go of your expectations, your judgments, and ideas of what is supposed to happen. Let go of trying to know everything. Let go of your assumptions and expectations of others. Open to your truth. That was from the Mad Scientist Fairy. Occasionally I get a name from them. So that whole thing I love, because I talk often about being a control freak. I love feeling like I'm in control and knowing what I need to do next. And I'm a Gemini, so I love change. Let's change everything all the time. And why can't we have a buffet? So the idea that we actually aren't changing anything, that's all a natural process, and we can do things to help ignite change, to support change, or to go through that experience, but for it to really truly change on a deep level, it's just going to take time and nature. As much as you want to will your hair to grow, it's going to grow as it wants to, right? So I think this is really important to embrace right now, because so many people want stuff to change. They want governments to act differently. They want people to act differently. They want the lockdown to be over with. They want the lockdown to continue. It's like there is this push to make something change. And when you're really wanting something to change and feeling that like you want to push to make things change, it's because you're really uncomfortable with what's happening now. And it's better to use that energy to turn in and look at what is making you uncomfortable in the now. What is making it hard for you to be at peace in what's happening now. So the action step. What labels have you given yourself? How have you labeled the experiences in your life? Perhaps you have used words such as good, bad, unhealthy, healthy, pretty, ugly, abusive, mean, kind, or joyful. The list is endless. Spend this day experiencing instead of labeling. Tightly labeled boxes cannot contain your feelings or experiences. It is what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Do not look for a box to put a feeling or experience in until you are done with it. And I think that's another important thing in this whole lockdown quarantine experience we're having of labeling things good and bad. Sometimes the biggest disasters, the most nightmarish realities that we've experienced, the horrible traumas we've experienced, end up being the most powerful transmuters of energy. They end up being the things that really make a great change. And we can label that good or bad. I find that with most people, even if it initially seems bad and feels awful, the healing will lead you to good. And we are all getting the opportunity right now, I think, while we're in this, to heal. So it's like we have this trauma happening, and there's lots of people who are having PTSD or having things brought up for them, and you can feel stuck in that trauma. And I don't want to negate that trauma, but it's also this moment of everything stopping, everything being still. And there's people who still have to work. My husband's working from home. My youngest brother still has to go into a grocery store and work. And, you know, it can be scary, and their life still aren't stopping. But there is a thing where the world itself is just not grinding the way it did. There is an energy that used to be kind of like, everything felt like it was being just like you're being pulled forward, pushed forward. Everything's just going. And that energy has stopped. And it's allowing us on a mass conscious level to stop and feel, to stop and heal, for nature to heal. You know, I've seen it just all in people and in nature and in our society in general. Things are healing and coming into a place of, it's almost like releasing the toxins, not just in like the pollution, but releasing the toxin and the feelings all around. And I have been finding with people that, like, they haven't wanted to do a job, or they wanted out of a relationship, or they wanted to move out of the house. It's kind of like, seems like everybody's getting pushed for something that they had been wrestling with, ideas they had been wrestling, and things they haven't been wanting to let go. So I say take this moment to not label things good or bad, or try to look at it this way of having to make a decision, but experiencing everything and getting real about the feelings you're having. And know that you can't make change happen, but if things are falling away naturally, then you have to let them go, because that is part of this process of change that you're in. I hope that helps all of you, and you have a magical day. We will see you tomorrow.